At this point in the movie, Mouse is completely pulled into the world he's always dreamed about. What started as simple admiration for the riders has turned into something much bigger. He's spending more time with blacks than the older guys, and for the first time in his life, he feels respected. Everywhere he goes, people know his name and recognize his connection to the bike scene. But while Mouse is enjoying the attention, he doesn't realize that he's slowly stepping into a lifestyle filled with dangers he isn't prepared for. The confidence he's gaining feels amazing, but it's also making him ignore the warnings from the people who genuinely care about him. As Mouse gets deeper into the streets, the excitement starts coming with consequences. He wants to prove that he's not just some kid watching from the sidelines anymore. Every opportunity becomes a chance to earn respect, and every challenge becomes something he feels he has to accept. The problem is that respect in this world isn't free. The more Mouse chases it, the more pressure he puts on himself. You can see him slowly changing. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, he's focused on proving that he belongs. And that determination begins pushing him toward decisions that could completely change his future. Things become even more intense when Mouse starts seeing the reality behind the lifestyle he admires. From a distance, everything looked exciting: fast bikes, cheering crowds, and endless freedom. But now he's close enough to see the struggles hiding beneath the surface. Some of the people he looked up to are carrying problems he never knew about. The streets that once seemed glamorous suddenly feel much more dangerous. For the first time, Mouse begins realizing that being respected isn't as simple as pulling off impressive tricks. Sometimes the price of that respect can be much higher than anyone expects. The tension continues building as Mouse finds himself stuck between two different futures. On one side are the people who want him to succeed in life and stay safe. On the other side is the bike culture that has become part of his identity. He doesn't want to let go of either one, but the harder he tries to balance both worlds, the more difficult everything becomes. Every conversation feels heavier, every decision feels more important, and every mistake feels like it could have lasting consequences. It's clear that Mouse is approaching a moment that will force him to choose who he really wants to become. Now the pressure reaches another level. Mouse starts realizing that some of the people he trusted may not be the heroes he imagined. The world around him becomes more complicated, and the confidence that once made him feel unstoppable begins to crack. He's forced to face situations that no teenager should have to deal with. What makes this part so powerful is watching Mouse slowly lose the innocence he had at the beginning of the story. The dream he chased for so long is still there, but now it's surrounded by difficult truths that he can no longer ignore. As events spiral forward, Mouse begins understanding that every action has consequences. The lessons he ignored earlier now come rushing back all at once. The excitement of riding is still present, but it's overshadowed by the weight of everything happening around him. The people in his life are worried, relationships are strained, and the choices he's made are starting to catch up with him. For the first time, Mouse realizes that becoming a man isn't about looking fearless. It's about taking responsibility when things go wrong and finding the strength to face difficult realities. This section contains some of the most emotional moments in the entire movie. Mouse is forced to look at the path he's been following and ask himself whether it's truly leading where he wants to go. The answer isn't easy. He's invested so much time and emotion into becoming part of this world that walking away feels impossible. Yet staying on the same path may cost him more than he's willing to lose. You can feel the internal struggle in every scene as Mouse fights to figure out what kind of person he wants to be before it's too late. Everything starts building toward the climax. The pressure, the mistakes, the lessons, and the emotions all collide at once. Mouse is no longer the young boy who simply dreamed about riding with the midnight clique. He's someone who's been tested by disappointment, responsibility, and hard choices. The streets that once looked like an escape now feel like a challenge he must overcome. Every scene feels intense because you know a major turning point is coming, and Mouse must finally decide whether he'll keep chasing respect or start building a better future for himself. The climax arrives with an incredible combination of emotion and excitement. Mouse finally takes everything he's learned throughout the movie and uses it to make decisions for himself instead of following others. The growth in his character becomes impossible to miss. He's no longer trying to impress people or prove that he belongs. Instead, he's focused on finding his own path. The bike sequences remain thrilling, but now they carry a completely different meaning because they're tied to the lessons he's learned along the way. As the movie reaches its conclusion, Mouse emerges as a completely different person from the kid we met at the beginning. The journey wasn't just about dirt bikes or street fame, it was about growing up. Through mistakes, heartbreak, and difficult choices, he finally discovers what truly matters. The ending leaves viewers with a powerful message about identity, responsibility, and the importance of choosing your own future. It's a satisfying conclusion because Mouse earns his growth, and by the time the credits roll, you can't help but feel like you've watched someone transform right before your eyes. Please subscribe to my channel and comment which movie I should do next, and thanks for watching till here.